Hey guys, Megan here, the Faithful Fibromyalgia Warrior, also known as Healing Foods Coach. Thank you and welcome back to my channel, and for all of your incredible love, support, and comments. Appreciate all of it. And wow, imagine my delight when I saw there was 600 of you subscribed. That to me is mind-blowing and humbling, and I'm truly grateful. So I want to thank you for that up front. Also, a quick reminder before I get into today's topic, I am offering for a limited time only an introductory discount for the initial coaching and consultation with me. That's at my healingfoodscoach.com. You can go there. All the particulars are there. You can get in touch through there. You can book your session with me. I just want to let you know that I am still offering an introductory discount. Save up to 33% off the initial fee. Definitely money well spent, I think. Anyways, so that's the little plug for this morning. Thank you so much for watching my videos, for being supportive and encouraging, and for sharing your stories and where you guys have been at with your own health journeys. Some of you have also been carnivore for a while, and I love hearing your little victories. And some of you are only just starting or about to start, and thank you for all your questions and wondering, is it worth it? Best way to start, what I might have done, what you guys should try. And again, this is just what's worked for me, so please keep that in mind. And my carnivore diet, if you will, has to be fairly restricted, simply because I do have so many gut issues and histamine responses to, even in the carnivore realm, or full out intolerances. Like I have a full lactose intolerance. I do no milk, no dairy of any kind other than butter, because butter is essentially lactose free based on how it's made. Okay, so I can do lots and lots of butter, and I do. But otherwise, no milk, no yogurt, no sour cream, no cheese, period. I can't do it. Zero plants of any kind because of the IBS and the gut issues. They are not my friends. However, just as a quick reminder for those who probably knew but maybe forgot, or a fun fact for those of you who maybe didn't know, if 70% or more of the food you eat are animal sources, then you are a carnivore, whether you want to use that label or not. So even if you have a little bit of fruit, like some berries, for example, during berry season, for a few weeks, if you have a little bit of berries here and there, and obviously the understanding being you can tolerate them, you are still, but everything else you eat is all animal, you're still carnivore. Okay, just to let you know. You can have sauces, if you tolerate sauces and seasonings and spices with your steak or your sausage, or your chicken wings, or whatever you choose to eat on this diet, you are still carnivore. I personally can't have any of that stuff because I have so many histamine responses and gut issues. I've cut it all out other than sea salt for seasoning. That's it. Okay, so that's me. And I'm sharing that because that's works best. That is what has worked best to finally get my hair healthy. Like, my hair used to be almost completely gray. This is its natural color. This is not colored. My hair color came back about a year ago. After being carnivore for 3 years, my hair color finally came back. My eyebrows that had almost completely disappeared when I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism, the extremely underperforming thyroid, my eyelashes that were falling out constantly, my nails that were completely brittle, the front enamel of my teeth had started to wear off. All of those things happened before I went carnivore. They're sort of the last things that get healed when you look at clearing up other major health concerns. And so it's only been within the last 6 months to a year that those things have finally healed as well. And my skin, my rosacea is completely gone. It's a little warm out today, so a bit flushed, but otherwise the rosacea, the itchy rash of it, has disappeared. Finally. which is great. And in spite of all those things and how great it is and all the healing I've had and how effective this way of eating has been for me, it's amazing how easy it was for me, even this morning, to forget about all the great positives and only focus on the things that I felt like, but I haven't done this yet. Well, I should be here now, and I'm not, and what's wrong? And I wanted to share that because I suspect I'm not the only person who struggles with these things, right? So for me, I had to remind myself to start practicing more patience with my health, with my journey, with myself. Why? Because, okay, so as I shared in my previous video, I went with my husband and son to a heavy metal gig in Bury St. Edmunds, which is like an hour from where we live here. This is a castle in Colchester behind me, by the way. So it's about an hour from here. It was great. A bunch of different bands, local talent, really great evening. It was a great time. And I felt great because I felt energized. I was like, I'm awake, I'm ready, let's do this. There were so many bands throughout the day that each band only had about 30 minutes, 40 minutes per set. Okay, so pretty short sets. And so we watched the first two bands with like a 20-minute change in between so they could break down their equipment and the next band would set up, right? So I stood for the whole 30 minutes of the first act, the first band we saw. We went and sat and had cold drinks in the bar area. Went back in for the second band. Still felt pretty good. My feet were feeling slightly sweaty and I knew they'd be a bit swollen, but they weren't too bad. I wasn't feeling the pain I usually get in my lower back. And that was a total altogether of an hour standing. And then we walked about 10, 15 minutes to a great place, had some dinner, came back and waited for the next band to go on. And it was great. Honestly, it was. And so I managed to stand for 2 30-minute intervals, which I've not been able to do for over 10 years. I've always had, for whatever reason, I've always had lower back pain, probably because I always had a very, very weak core strength, always. On top of the fact I spent decades with poor posture and constant slouching and the whole thing didn't do me any favors. And so I had a hard time standing up for any real length of time, but especially following my injury 10 years ago. Imagine my amazement to be able to stand for those 2 30-minute blocks and actually feel really great and really have no pain at that point, no stiffness, no soreness, no desire or need to be like, oh, I got to lean against something or I have to sit down. And that was it. I thought, great, I can go for the next 2 bands we're going to see and I'll be great for the evening. And I wasn't. And I did have to kind of sit down for the next 2 bands. They were amazing and it was a great night. And I really enjoyed myself. However, my lower back was starting to get sore. And instead of being happy and excited by the fact that, hey, at least I was able to stand for 2 blocks of 30 minutes. I haven't done that in over 10 years. All I could focus on was, but I couldn't stand for the whole evening. Like something's wrong. Like I'm not doing carnivore right. Like why am I not fully fixed? Right? All that madness. That I'm sure I'm not the only one who has ever struggled with those thoughts. And then even this morning was feeling like, I don't know. What do I share? What do I talk about? Well, here's my life. Here's what happened. I had to stop. I had to really reflect and bring it with prayer before God and just be like, you know what? I have made huge improvements. Just being able to stand even if I only stood for 30 minutes for one day, after not being able to stand for that long in over 10 years, that is amazing. On top of the fact that I generally walk anywhere from like 1.5 to 3 miles almost daily. And there's a part of me that sometimes thinks, oh, but I didn't walk today. That's terrible. Why? I'm constantly able to do things like I'm vacuuming or I'm helping out with the laundry or cleaning in the kitchen or, taking out the dogs now and then or whatever it is. Any movement is good. And I know in my head intellectually that that's all positive. But there are those little moments when I feel like, yeah, but I should be able to stand for hours at a time and have no pain because I've been practicing good posture now for a year. Or I should be able to, get on my training gear and head to the gym 3 days a week and then walk 6, 7, 8 miles constantly to the point of burnout. And if I'm not, something's wrong, which is ridiculous. And I know that intellectually, right? We all do, I think. But it's me stepping back and saying, okay, but if I don't, so what? And it means I need to meet my body where it's at. My body, I don't want to push myself to walk 10 to 12 miles every single day without stopping. Because you know why? I'm going to get my cortisol levels revved up, and that's not going to help me long term. I know that. Enjoying a couple of miles every day or almost every day because I'm enjoying myself, because I'm taking my time, because I'm relaxed and I'm out with the dogs or we're out in nature or it's just a nice day to go for a walk. That's perfect. That's how it should be. I'm not training for the Olympics in Paris. I'm not trying to, work up to walking a marathon or even a half marathon distance to raise money for anything. I could, but I'm not. And so therefore, why put my body through that kind of pressure when I don't need to? For me, because I'm still healing. And that's okay, was the thing I had to really look at today. And when I stopped and reflected on the fact of, oh, Megan, wait a minute. For over 10 years, you could not stand for more than 2 minutes at a time. And you just did 2 sessions of standing up for 30 minutes. That's amazing. You walk at least 1.5 miles, sometimes 3, maybe a bit more, who knows, on almost a daily basis. You're out, you're walking, you're moving. You're being able to participate and be active around the house. You're able to do, it may seem crazy that this excites me, which probably, admittedly, it is probably pretty sad. But I get excited when I get to, oh wow, I can vacuum. I can mop the floor. I can help do laundry. Why? Because I'm not in pain when I do it anymore. That is amazing. And so for me, instead of being thankful and appreciative and looking after these goals as the miracles that they are, I was left thinking, yeah, but I should be up to here. Why? Says who? Nobody ever said that. No one told me I have to be able to walk 10 miles a day. No one said that ever. And there are people who can do that because they may very well not be coming from a background of injury, or they simply like to walk, and that's great. And if that's where they're at and they love it and they're feeling great, that is amazing. And perhaps one day I'll reach that level too. I'm not fully there yet. Like the walking, I'm good with. I used to equate, taking a break, being patient with my body, letting it actually heal and get to the place where it's supposed to, that was a sign of perhaps weakness, that I wasn't getting better, that somehow I did carnivore wrong. I know, crazy. But that's what I would often think. And I had a good talk with myself today and let God talk to me a little bit and go, stop it. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do right here at this moment. There's no need to push beyond that. There's no need to risk injury or pain when I don't have to. Ow. You know what? A year ago at this time, we were at a music gig, and it was just 2 bands. I think it was 2 opening bands and the headliners. Okay. And I had to sit through almost the entire thing. I walked to the venue because it's like a 6 minute walk from the house. I was good for about 10 minutes, and then I had to lean up against a table for the evening because I couldn't stand for any more than that. It was too painful. And yet now, a year later, I stood up for 30 minutes, 2 30-minute sessions. That's amazing. And I guess I really wanted to make this video because one of the most important things I've had to remind myself of is that I have to be patient. and I will get to the places I'm supposed to in the time that I'm supposed to get there. And in the meantime, every little improvement is still an improvement and worthy of celebration, worthy of being thankful, worthy of being grateful. Absolutely. And so I wanted to make this quick video because I realized if I'm still feeling these things 4 years on, I'm probably not the only person. Now, maybe you don't have that struggle. Yours could very well be something else entirely. But I wanted to be open and real with you guys and not make you think like, oh, that's it. I've arrived. I've got it perfectly figured out. I never struggle ever with anything ever again. No, not true. Of course, we all have our moments of doubt and things that we worry about, wonder about, wish we could do differently, wish we're different. And yet I'm here. I'm still here. And it's amazing. I'm so incredibly thankful. And what a blessing, because wow, I got to this point. I say that with true amazement because when I think back to where I was March of last year, I was still in a wheelchair full time. And I'm walking almost every day, whether it's going into town for a couple of things that we forgot or we've run out of, like butter and typically butter and eggs, I'll be honest with you. Whether it's going in and saying, oh, hey, I need to get a new pair of cycling shorts. Exciting, I know. So I grabbed those, or I need some more socks, or my husband needs shave gel, whatever it is. That I could walk there without any effort and back, without being like exhausted and in pain and with no effort involved. That is amazing. That is miraculous. And I will be forever thankful for that. And just to say that, guys, I appreciate your support so much because it means everything. And for me here, myself personally, I have no doubt I will have ongoing struggles throughout life because that's life. Life is life, and we all have some struggles. And so there will be days where I forget to be patient and be thankful for the things I have done and not worrying about the things I have not yet done or that I think somehow I have to do. And really working to be okay with exactly where I'm at. So I hope this was really helpful for you guys. If you or somebody you might know, please go ahead and feel free to share this with everybody you think could benefit. And again, please don't forget, I have a special offer going right now for initial consultation and coaching session. Please check out my website. There you see it down at the bottom, www.healingfoodscoach.com. I will continue to provide you guys with content and updates and just share with you my life because this is what's helped me and what works for me. But also I want to just be honest, be real with you guys and let you know, hey, you know what? Carnivore is amazing and I've healed incredibly and dramatically, but here's what I deal with on the everyday level, right? Instead of just this, it's not like this one day miraculous full recovery, 4 years of progress and still more to come. Undoubtedly, as I learn how to work and strengthen my core and take the pressure off my lower back, that's going to get better. I'll be able to stand for longer periods. Who knows? Music festivals, hopefully next summer, I'm going to be there. So we'll see. And even then, I will make sure to keep you guys updated and share content because that's cool too. That is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you all of you who are sharing your stories, your journeys, who have questions and queries and comments. Thank you everybody who's subscribed for all of your kind words and encouragement. I love you guys all. And I will see you guys in the next video. I will be back tomorrow with more content. Take care. Bye for now.